welcome to my kitchen today. So for the session today, we are calling this Thyroid Focus. So the session is going to be around using yoga to help with healing the thyroid, if you have any thyroid problems. But really, if the thyroid is going out of balance, then probably the whole endocrine system is also going out of balance. So this is a really good session just to balance through the whole endocrine system, also the nervous system, and just to assist in that healing. So obviously it's not going to cure your thyroid. There's probably nutrition and other elements that you need to look at, but this is certainly a session that you could do daily that may assist in the healing of the thyroid. So before we start the session, I'd just like to talk through Ujjayi breathing, fire breathing. And then if you're doing this daily, you can just skip to the beginning of the session. You don't have to listen to me explaining everything every time. So Ujjayi breath is a warming and very calming breath. And what you have to do is to slightly close your throat as you are breathing. And then it makes a very heavy, breathy sound, a bit like a snoring or a Darth Vader kind of sound. So to get that position in your throat, if you imagine that your hand is a glass and you're fogging up the glass, that's the position you want your throat to be in. So you fog up the glass, but you close your mouth and you keep that position of your throat. Like this, and then you do the same on the inhale as well. So a little bit like you've had a shock. You keep that position. So then you're just breathing in and out, just holding that slight close of the throat. You can hear it's moving things around already. Lovely, well done. So feel free to have a little practice of that. And the reason I'm telling you about that in regards to the thyroid is it's ever so throat focused. It's very warming for the throat, therefore it's quite balancing and stimulating for the thyroid as well. It's also very good at calming the body. You can't breathe quickly when you're doing Ujjayi breathing, so it's very slowing down for the body, calming everything down. And most of the reason that the thyroid or any of the other endocrine system goes out of balance is some sort of stress, whether it's a physical stress like an infection or toxicity, or whether it's more of an emotional stress if you've got a busy lifestyle, or you've had a bereavement or some kind of shock that can also throw the endocrine system out. So having a breath that is very calming, stilling and warming through the throat is ever so beneficial when we're working on the thyroid. So you can use this Ujjayi breath when you're doing your yoga practice, when you're doing your sun salutations, or if there's any other poses. Sometimes I just like to add in an exhalation that's like a sigh, and it just slows everything down. So you feel free to use that through your practice as much or as little as you like. If you're finding you're getting a bit lightheaded, perhaps just relax off for a little while, return the breathing back to normal. But it's a great practice that you can add in. Okay, lovely. So we're going to start our practice. We're going to start laying down onto the mat. I'm going to try and keep this a slightly shorter session, so it's something that you can practically fit in every day. So hopefully about 20 minutes. I know I tend to get carried away, so hopefully about a 20-minute session. It's important also when we're working with the thyroid and the endocrine system, if something's out of balance, the most important thing you can do is actually your relaxation or some kind of healing meditation or body work. So we're going to add a body scan in at the end of the session, which will work through the whole of the body and provide some healing through that too. So let's start laying down And we're going to start laying. If you want to have something under your head, feel free to have a little cushion under the head. And we'll start laying into a semi-supine position, so not all the way into our Shavasana. We're just going to have the back sort of flat out on the ground there, have the knees bent, the feet hip distance apart. And then we're going to take the arms out to the side, shoulder height there. And then we'll just take a moment just to let the back of your body just sink into the ground. So again, you can add in that Ujjayi breath if you want to, just to slow that exhalation down. And then you'll feel the body just settling back, settling down. Very calming, balancing breath that we can add in is just to imagine as you're breathing that the breath is coming in through your left nostril and out through your right nostril, and then in through your right nostril and out through your left nostril. So just imagine that breath is going in one nostril and out the other, and then it reverses back in through that nostril and then back out the other side. Just take a few moments with that. I want to try and keep the abdominals, the diaphragm relaxed as we do that, so that that breath just naturally comes down deeper. You don't want to try and force that breath down, just allow it to happen naturally. And it will happen if you just soften. And again, just allow that breath to move at a speed that is comfortable for you. In through one side, out through the other, and then back again. Lovely, and allow that breath to come out through the left nostril. And then just breathe evenly through both nostrils. Just feel if that has calmed the body a little bit. Lovely, well done. So from here we're going to just very gently start to rock the knees from side to side. As we do that, we're just tuning in to how the back is feeling today. Lovely, so just very loose, just kind of swingy with the legs. This very motion, this rocking motion is ever so soothing for the body, ever so soothing for the nervous system and the endocrine system. It's the reason that we rock babies. You know, we're rocked when we're in the womb, which is why rocking a baby is often very soothing. And it's also very soothing for us as adults too. We're kind of connecting into that inner child. Lovely. So we allow the knees to drop down to the right hand side here. We're just going to turn the head towards the left hand. Just a gentle stretch. Lovely. And then bring the head, something's just fallen down, bring the head back to the center. And a little rock side to side. Allow the knees to drop down to the left hand side, turning the head towards the right hand. And again, just soften and breathe there. Well done. Bring the head back to the center and bringing those knees back up. Lovely. So with the feet hip distance apart, parallel, we're just going to push down through the feet here and just lift the hips up. We're just going to hold the hips and just go to wherever you are comfortable. Just hold for a couple of seconds. And then we're going to roll back down through that spine. And then we're going to do that again. So pushing down through the feet, lifting the hips up. Just hold that position. As you hold that position, you should feel that blood flow kind of coming and pulling right in that throat. So obviously ever so balancing and stimulating for that thyroid. And then we'll lower back down, roll back down. Lovely. And one more, push down through the feet, lifting those hips up. Good. Giving a lovely fresh blood supply into that thyroid. So whether it's overactive or underactive, it doesn't matter. We're just giving it a fresh blood supply to help it to heal, to work optimally. Lovely. And we're going to roll back down through the spine. Good. And we'll hug both knees in onto the chest. Just have that little rock side to side. Lovely, well done. We're going to roll onto the side of the body, and it's up to you. Just roll to the side that you feel more comfortable with. Traditionally, we in yoga we roll to the right hand side. Low blood pressure, anything like that, we roll to the left. But just go with the side that feels more comfortable, because your body often knows just what it needs. And we're just softening on that side for a moment. Mentally preparing the body that we're going to change direction. We're going to come up to a seated position. Lovely. And then when you're ready, I'm going to gently come back up. That's it. Good, well done. So if we stretch the legs out in front, if you need something underneath your seat bones, feel free to sit on something here. So just going to do a little bit of opening for the hips. So just again balancing in the reproductive organs, which are all part and parcel of the endocrine system. So we're going to hold on to the right foot and the knee, and we'll just have a little rock side to side, so just opening up that hip. And then just circles into the hip one way, and then back the other way. Lovely. And then we're going to place that foot beside the thigh or beside the shin. I'm just kind of a little stretch forward here. Again, I'm just connecting that exhalation into that Ujjayi breath. Lovely. And then bringing the body back up. Good. Relax that right leg down. We're going to bring the left leg across. So holding onto the foot and knee. Little rock side to side. And then we're going to circle into the hip one way. And back the other way. Lovely. And then placing that foot beside the thigh or beside the shin if you're more comfortable. And then we have a little stretch forward over this leg. Again, we can connect to that Ujjayi breath. Good, we'll stretch both legs out in front. Just do a little walk backwards with those seat bones, so I'll show you from the side. So what we're going to try and do, whenever we forward bend, we're trying to untuck this pelvis. So this is with the pelvis tucked underneath. So if we just walk your seat bones backwards, sometimes you bend your knees, walk those seat bones backwards, just lengthens out in that lower back, just gets that pelvis to tip forward. And that's where we can come into that forward bend. And again, Connect to that breath, and you might find a little movement as you breathe. That inhale, you might find you back off a little bit, and as you exhale, you sink a little deeper. Good, well done. And then gently coming back up. Excellent. We're going to come over onto all fours. So have those knees hip distance apart, hands underneath the shoulders. So allow the pelvis to untuck. That movement travels up through the spine, lift the head and chest. And then as you exhale, round the back, tuck the head in the other way. So inhale to lengthen through. Exhale. And round. And just keep that going in time with your breath. Again, I'm just adding that ujjayi breath in. You don't have to. Just do what you feel is comfortable for you. Lovely. And then from here, we're just going to free that movement up. So just allow your body to move any way you like. And you're just allowing that movement really to massage, to release, to open. Sit back towards the heels. We're just going to separate your knees here. So have the big toes together, knees separate. I'm just going to rest in the center. So you can either rest the head onto the hands or onto fists, or you can make a pillow, or you can stretch the arms out. Just rest that forehead onto the ground. Softening here. Lovely, well done. And I'm going to bring the body back up. Just aware that my microphone might be rubbing on the t-shirt. It's making loads of noise. There we go. Lovely. So we're going to come over onto the feet. So just tuck the toes underneath. We're getting a little stretch of the underneath of the feet, and then we'll walk the hands backwards. We're coming onto the feet and stretch into the backs of the legs. Just allow the body to hang down. Lovely. And then slowly, when you're ready, just coming all the way up to that standing position. Well done. So have the feet hip distance apart, parallel. I'm just going to roll those shoulders back. Just releasing that tension. I always just roll backwards because most of us spend the rest of the day with the shoulders coming forward. So we're just going to roll them back. Just trying to balance out that. So good. Well done. And then from here, let's just turn the head to the right. And then back to the center and to the left. Center and right, and center and left, and center. Good. Tilt the head over on the side, and center and tilt, and center and tilt, center and tilt, and center. Good. Dropping the chin down onto the chest, and center, lifting the chin up and back, and center, chin to chest, center and lift, and center. Good. And roll those shoulders back again. So anything stretching around the neck, really good at stretching, opening up that area of the thyroid. Okay, well done. So just going to give the body a little bit of a shake out. Just shaking out the legs, shaking out the arms, just shake the whole body. well done. So you're going to come to the front of your mat, so choose an end of the mat, and we're going to come into a sun salutation. So a sun salutation in itself is really good at balancing the whole body, everything. It really works everything in the whole body. So specifically, there are some good things for the thyroid in the sun salutations as well. Downward dog is excellent for bringing that blood into the thyroid. It's an inversion, the thyroid, so you don't, a downward dog. So a lot of headstands, shoulder stands, plow positions are very good for the thyroid, but they're probably not good unless you're a very experienced yogi for the everyday public to do. So you don't have to do those things. You can still have inversions of standing forward bend is an inversion. Laying with the legs up the wall is considered an inversion, and a downward dog is considered an inversion as well. So don't worry if you've got a thyroid problem, you've been online, it's like, oh, I've got to do shoulder stand. You really don't have to do those if you're not comfortable with them. So let's come to the front of the mat, feet hip distance apart, parallel. Let's just close the eyes here. Let's inhale, exhale, and bring those palms together. And we're just taking this time in gratitude, so just thinking about the things in your life that you are thankful for. Lovely, and let's take a deep breath in here, and let that breath go. Relax the arms down. Exhale and bring those palms together. So inhale and float the arms up. Lengthen out at the waist. It's like someone's lifting that ribcage up. Lengthen up through the body. And then exhale and fold forward. So folding from your hips all the way forward and down into that forward bend. So here we are. The throat is lower than the heart, so therefore we are inverted. Good. We're going to step that right leg to the back of the mat and relax that back knee to the ground. We're going to lift that head and chest. We're getting a nice stretch into the throat here. Well done. We're going to step back into your plank or your push-up position. Body nice and flat. Good. We're going to drop the knees. We're going to sit back towards the heels. So again, if the head is going down to the ground, it is slightly lower than the heart. So again, we're balancing the thyroid. Lovely. So when you're ready, we're going to gather up, lift around in the lower back, and bring the body all the way forward. So we're going to uncurl into our cobra. All the way up. Make sure those shoulders come down and back. Again, a lovely stretch for the throat. Good, well done. We're going to tuck the toes. We're going to lift those hips up and back and into that downward dog. So you might need to take a couple of steps towards the head. What we don't want to be is kind of in this rounded position. This is not really going to help balance through the body. So if you're finding the legs are tight, what you can do is just bend the knees, lengthen back through the body. If you bring the eye line towards the thighs, that's when you're in that lovely position. I can feel blood coming into that thyroid area, into that throat. Lovely. Well done. Good. From here, we're going to step that right leg forward. So coming into that lunge position. So remember, if that leg doesn't come forward, just take it to wherever it will go. So take it to here. Relax that back knee. Hold onto the ankle and you just give it a little pull through forward, and then lift head and chest. Lovely. So lovely stretch into the throat. Good. We're going to join the feet back into that forward bend. Lovely. And then inhale and lengthen out. Try not to hit my head on the counter. Good. All the way up. Exhale. And bring those palms together. Good. We'll do the other side. So we're going to inhale. Exhale. Palms together. Good. Inhale, floating those arms up. Lengthen out through the waist. Exhale, fold the body forwards and down. Adding an ujjayi breath in there. So we're going to step that left foot to the back, Relax that back knee, lift the head and just stretching that throat. Good. Step back into the plank, that push-up position, body flat. I'm going to drop the knees. I'm going to sit back towards the heels. Again, just take a couple of breaths here. Well done. We'll lift, gather in the abdominals, rounding the back, and then uncurl through your spine all the way up. Take your time. Lovely, that stretch into the throat. Good. We're going to tuck those toes. If it's not comfortable to come straight from the toes, you can come onto the knees first. Tuck the toes. A couple of steps towards the head. And again, if you are struggling to get that weight back, into the feet, and a little bend of the knees, lengthen back, high line towards those thighs, just so you can feel in that throat, blood pulling in there. Good, lovely, well done. We're going to step that left foot forward when you're ready, so if it doesn't go all the way through, you can relax that back knee, pull the leg through, or you can bring the leg straight through, lift the head and chest. Good, well done. Good. Join the feet, come into that forward bend. Lovely, and then inhale, lengthening out. Exhale, and bring those palms together. Good, well done. Just give the body a little bit of a shake out. That's it. Okay, so just a little balance. So we're talking about internal balance. We're going to see if we can bring internal balance through balance. So we're going to stand onto one leg, so onto the right leg. Just take the left foot on top. So you've just got the heel on top of the toes. Do it from the side. Ooh. Heel on top of the toes. One foot slightly in front of the other. That's it. Okay, so we're just going to bring that thumb and first finger together. We're just going to soften those shoulders back and down. That's it. Good. When we're feeling balanced, then we're going to try just closing the eyes. I always think this is harder than you think it's going to be. So try and maintain that internal balance, whether that's picturing something in your mind, still point in your mind, or just focusing on keeping that breath smooth. Yes, you're still breathing, hopefully. Lovely. Good, well done. Now relax and we'll try the other side. So standing onto the left leg, right foot on top, bring thumb and first finger together, roll those shoulders back. Good. Get that balance first and then see if you can close the eyes. Just to notice your body. So when you close the eyes, you put the body under a little bit of stress. So what will happen is if you are somebody that is in a stressful situation and your shoulders go up, that's probably what's just happened. So you can try it again and just see what part of my body, when I close my eyes, what tenses. Is it the jaw? Do you grip the jaw? Do you do anything with the hands or the feet? Or do the shoulders come? Mostly, for most people, it's the shoulders that come up. So just be aware that that's what happens when you are stressed. And whenever you find yourself in a stressful situation, you're going to try and counter that. So, okay, I'm feeling stressed. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to just relax my shoulders. I'm going to loosen my jaw. And I'm going to perhaps practice my ujjayi breath or my alternate nostril breathing. And see if you can just keep everything really relaxed. And that's a really important thing to take away with you. Okay, lovely. Let's come down onto the back of the body. Okay, so again, if you want something under the head, feel free to pop something underneath there. I'm just going to soften in that Shavasana for a moment. So just roll those shoulders back underneath you. Little rock of the head side to side just to release any tension. abdominals. Maybe a few ujjayi breaths. We're just going to hug that right knee in. Just let that left leg extend down. Lovely. And then place that right foot flat on the floor beside that left knee. We're going to take that right arm out to the side, shoulder height, and the left hand to the outside of that right knee or thigh. We're just going to breathe in here. As you breathe out, we're going to bring that knee across the body, turning the head towards the right hand. Just soften and breathe there. And just take this as far as you are comfortable. If the knee's not all the way down, don't worry. Kind of hovering somewhere in the middle of having the shoulder down and having that knee down. Just breathe. And this is a really great stretch. Whole body for all the internal organs, ever so balancing. Back to the center, or bring that knee back up, and we'll relax that leg all the way down. Good. Bring the body back into the straight line. We'll hug the left knee in onto the chest. Let that right leg extend down. Lovely. And then we'll place that left foot flat onto the floor beside that right knee. Take the left arm out to the side, shoulder height. Right hand to the outside of that left knee or thigh. You're going to breathe in here. As you breathe out, bring that knee across the body, turning the head towards that left hand. Again, just breathe. As you breathe, it's like all the internal organs are being massaged. Lovely. And when you're ready, bring the head back to the center. Inhale and bring that knee back up. Good. Relaxing that leg all the way down. Just softening that Shavasana for a moment. You do need to give your body just that little bit of time to realign, to rebalance. So a couple of breaths here. Lovely. And then just to finish, we're just going to bend the knees up, so the position we started in, feet hip distance apart, parallel, taking the arms out to the side, palms turned upwards, and roll those shoulders underneath you. We're just going to move into some pelvic rocks. So we start in a neutral position. So neutral position means those bony bits at the front of your hips on each side and the pubic bone are in a flat plane when you're laying down. So what you'll probably find is there's, you can see on my t-shirt, there's a little curve underneath my lower back there. So that's our starting position. So we inhale here. As you exhale, you're just going to push the lower back into the ground. So you tuck your pelvis and rock underneath. And then we're going to inhale and come back to that starting position. And then exhale, push that lower back into the ground. Inhale and release. And just keep that going with your breath at your own time. And again, it's that rocking, soothing motion that we're adding into the body. So it should feel quite soothing and nurturing. So I'm adding that ujjayi breath in there, but do whatever you feel is comfortable. And then when you're ready, we're just going to hug those knees in, just have a little rock side to side. Again, that rocking, massaging into the lower back. Well done. Lovely. so from here we're going to come into our body scan. So if you want to make sure you are warm enough, so maybe if you've got a blanket to pop over you can, or if you have an eye pillow, you can place that onto the eyes. The eye pillows are great for relaxing all the muscles around the eyes. So lovely if you have one, you can use that. So then we'll come into our Shavasana position if it's comfortable. If you need to have something under your knees, like a cushion under the knees, that's fine. If you prefer to have the knees bent and allow the knees to drop together, you can, if that's more comfortable for your lower back. So just make yourself as comfortable as possible, just lying on your ground. I'm going to come up into a seated position just so my voice stays clear whilst I'm talking you through the body scan. Lovely. Good. So when you are comfortable, just going to lay into that Shavasana or lying position. Just allow yourself to settle there. So we're going to come into a healing body scan. The reason why it is so healing is that we're just kind of taking a trip around the body. So parts of the body that we don't often pay attention to, the little finger on the left hand, we're bringing the awareness there. When we bring the awareness there, we bring the attention, we're bringing all the energy into that part of the body, really. So if you're into healing energy work, that's what we're doing. We're bringing the energy, refreshing the energy into those parts of the body. So when you bring that awareness into the part of the body, you can also, if you want to, if it doesn't sound too out there, is to send a bit of love to that part of the body. Love's like a very high energy, so sending that in, it's really, really healing as you work through the body. So you don't need to move any part of the body. In fact, it's better if you can remain still. Obviously, if you can't itch and you need to move around, then do. Or lying there thinking I need to itch doesn't help you relax at all. So if you do need to move, then do. But try, if you can, to remain as still as you can and just allow that awareness to do the moving. So moving that awareness through the body. Lovely. So softening into your Shavasana. Let the legs flop open. Allow the palms of the hands to turn upwards, or you can rest the hands onto your abdominals if that's more comfortable, if that allows you to internalize a little bit more. And just allow your body just to soften and release and let go. Really let that body go. Just witness your breathing. Softening in your torso, in the abdominals, the diaphragm. And then we're going to bring the awareness all the way into the right hand and into the right hand thumb. Second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, the wrist, the lower arm, the elbow, the upper arm, shoulder, the armpit, the right side of the chest, the right side of the waist, the right hip, right thigh, the knee, the calf muscle, the ankle, the heel, the sole of the right foot, the top of the foot, the right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, Bring the awareness into the left hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, the wrist, the lower arm, the elbow, the upper arm, the shoulder, the armpit, the left side of the chest, left side of the waist, the hip, the left thigh, the knee, the calf muscle, the ankle, the heel, the sole of the left foot, the top of the foot, the left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Bring the awareness into the back of the body, the right shoulder blade, the left shoulder blade, the right buttock, the left buttock, the whole of the spine. And bring the awareness to the top of the head, the top of the head, the forehead, the right eyebrow, the left eyebrow, the middle of the eyebrows, the right eye, the left eye, the right ear, the left ear, the right cheek, the left cheek, the nose, the tip of the nose, the upper lip, the lower lip, the mouth, jaw, tongue, chin, and throat. The whole of the right leg, the whole of the left leg, both legs together, the whole of the right arm, the whole of the left arm, both arms together, the whole of the back, the whole of the front, the whole of the head, the whole body together, the whole body together, the whole body together. And just rest, release, relax your whole body. Allow the breath to move in and out without your doing. The breath is natural, spontaneous. Just witness your breath and witness your body. to deepen the breath. A wriggle to the fingers, a wriggle to the toes. And you can stretch the arms up and over the head, stretch the feet away. And you can hug those knees in onto the chest. Just have that little rock side to side. Lovely. And then rolling onto the side of the body. And just rest there for a moment. Feel ready, coming up to a seated position. We'll take a few breaths just to finish. So inhale, taking the arms up. Exhale down through the center and inhale. Exhale. And one more. Inhale. Exhale. Namaste. Lovely. Thank you very much.